Hi guys. Some of you have been wondering where my intro video is to the pre-note I did. Well, I was going through and editing it, and it's just a very painstaking effort to sit there and go through an hour and a half of me talking. And if it's hard for me to do, I know it's hard for you to do. So I decided to shorten it up a bit, and basically this is just going to touch on the basis of what I want to discuss. Now, some of you do not know what I am about to say to you. Some of you are not going to have even heard of what I am going to say. Like I said, this is a very, very widely debated topic, so keep an open mind and see the things that are presented to you and make your own assumptions and argue those assumptions. First off, I'm going to give you the name of what we will be discussing in this series. The name would be the Dulce base. Now, the government does not have any documentation that is released to the public about this base, but it is reported to be very, very secret. And if you think about it, they did the same thing with Groom Lake or Area 51. The government completely refused to acknowledge its existence for a long period of time. However, this is something completely different. Dulce is supposed to be an underground base. There is a town in New Mexico, or a city, called Dulce. It is near the New Mexico-Colorado border. It is said to lie underneath of Archuleta Mesa. Well, Archuleta Mesa is actually in Colorado. So why they think it's in New Mexico, I don't know. But it's not far from the New Mexican border. So this base is supposed to be inside of this mesa. And basically there is supposed to be 7 floors that people know of, possibly more underneath of that. Now, I'm going to repeat it. This is a widely controversial topic. It is very, very debated whether or not this thing exists. I am honestly hoping that it does not exist, because the things that I have read, the things that I have seen, the pictures, all that kind of thing, it's astounding, okay? There are a few people that have come out with a very, very obscene story, and most people discard it as nothing more than a creative story. Now, my argument is that it's so ludicrous that to be making it up would be almost impossible. I'm sorry, I'm very tired today, so please bear with me. I'm a little slow this afternoon. So, anyways, apparently this base is being ran codependently by alien races and the human race. And supposedly there is human captives held on the 6th floor of this base that are having extensive biogenetic testing done on them. apparently we are growing alien beings and hybrid beings right underneath of our feet. There is supposed to be a network of tunnels that runs at least the length of the country underground. And if I understand this correctly, it's about a mile underground that these things run. And they could very possibly reach across the world. One of the things that bothers me is the fact that there were reports of foreign troops being trained on our soil, or under it rather, in this base. And the black budget, which is supposed to be non-existent, funds this. Apparently CIA and FBI drug money, seizures, that kind of stuff, all that money has to go somewhere. It doesn't just sit in an evidence vault to rot away. The government uses it for stuff like this. Now, being this is such a widely debated topic, I want to present to you some things that I have found in my studies or research on this topic. There are quite a few people that absolutely refuse to speak of even the rumor of this base existing. However, I have come across quite a few that are more than willing to talk, and they do not know each other, but yet their stories are quite similar. So it makes me kind of lean towards the fact that this is possible. It could be there. Okay? The ones that do talk are very, very careful about what they say. And if they feel like they say too much, they end the conversation right there, and they don't want nothing more to do with you. I have different pieces of information, pictures, stuff like that, that I'm going to put in a video, and I'll explain what they are, and I'll have that put up shortly after I have this put up. Apparently the alien beings that are supposed to be there call themselves Terrans, and that means that they were here before we were. They are approximately 7 to 10 foot tall, and there are a few different species of alien beings under our feet. And some of you are probably going to say, oh, well, we would have seen them by now. Well, some people claim they have seen them. And if you think about it, if they were here long before we were, then they have an advantage over us. Believe it or not, outer space is more explored than the world's oceans by our people, by our race as human beings. With that in mind, there could be many other places that we have not explored. I mean, how many people actually try to dig a tunnel to China from here? I mean, it's not possible.